Shalom, Tazadaq, and I'm back with part two. In part one of this, I went into some history about the true Native Americans, actually me being one of them. In this second part, I'm going to go into a little more. First thing I'm going to go into is about this book, 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro. I like to say the so-called Negro. One of the things I would like to point out in this book, it's probably going to shake many of you up. It says nearly, on page 17, number 48, it says nearly all ancient gods of the Old and New World were black and had woolly hair. Buckley says, from the woolly texture of the hair, I am inclined to assign to the Buddha of India and the Fuhi of China and Exwa of Japanese and of the Mexicans the same, and indeed an African, or rather Nubian origin. In the Bible, the Heavenly Father, or the Ancient of Days, is described as having hair like pure wool. So the earliest statues of the Virgin Mary and the baby that you refer to as Christ or Jesus in Europe, as far north as Russia, were black and negroid. Fact, fact, fact. Why am I teaching you this? Because you need to know who you are. And you need to learn to be like Tazadaq. I fear no man. Understand that. So, I want to say this about a lot of you so-called East Indians, because many of you have the tendency to look down on the so-called blacks when the original inhabitants of that land was of Negroid descent. Now, we go into, if you go into a low-end hotel, I'm here, help you, sir. Can I get you a room? Yeah, brother, can I get you a room? I'm here. Come on, man. You begin to treat Jake just like the damn Edomites. Get your minds right. Get your minds right. Ancient civilizations, you want to talk about ancient civilizations? Let's talk about it. Persia was originally dominated by Negro people known as the Elamites. So, whether you like it or not, you're classified as the damn so-called Negro. And you come here and you think you're better. Boy, you're in our land. This is our land. We are the true natives, many of us. And you're looking at one. Tazadaq Sharbe, the Asiatic Hebrew Israelite Moor, Aboriginal. So, on the presence of the Negroes in America before Columbus, the Negro type is seen in most ancient Mexican sculptures. The Negro figure frequently in most remote traditions of state Americans' pueblos. So, wherever you go, you're going to find the so-called Negro. We are the true natives. Don't you ever forget that. Now I'm going to go back into this book. I'm not going to be long in this video. Entitled The Black Indians. I would advise you to purchase this book. And I'm going to go to page 110. I'm going to read a little book. It says in 1690, a Connecticut law forbid red, they're talking about the so-called Indians, or black people from walking behind town limits without a pass. So, if you look here in Rhode Island, this photo right here, it shows so-called blacks, which was actually natives, and so-called Indians in a classroom together. See, they trying to indoctrinate our children's mind, not trying, but they did at an early stage to divide and conquer and put a lot of garbage into their heads. So it reads that this early Rhode Island school for African Americans and Native Americans sought to bring Europeans' ways into both people. See, they indoctrinate their thinking and made you feel inferior, taught you that you were nothing. And it was just passed down to generation to generation. How many of you have actually ever heard of James P. Buckworth? There he is. There he is. Now, what Esau actually did, he actually made a movie, and he actually had an Edomite to play this man because this man was so great. He had an Edomite in a 1951 movie that they call The Tomahawk. He had a man by the name of Jackie O playing James Buckworth. So the audience never really truly learned the race of James Buckworth. And to this day, many of you Edomites think that, many of you so-called whites think that he's a so-called white man when he was a so-called black man. Fact, fact, fact. What am I giving you? True history on the true natives and exposing a lot of lies and deceptions. This Native American right here, his daughter married a so-called black native. Now the lies that they like to perpetrate is that when the so-called blacks ran away, they ran to the red man. They don't want you to know that you were already here and you didn't have to run anywhere, except for those that was brought here in slave ships. But understand, many of us was already here. Now from the Atlantic to the Pacific and the Gulf of Mexico, two dark races met and married. Here they go right here. That's what your true Native Americans look like. Do they look red? These were what you would actually classify as so-called black. These are the true Native Americans. Now to the white woman that told the sister, the so-called white woman, oh, I've never seen a black Indian. Because you've never been taught the truth, you silly rabbit. Tricks are not just for kids. It's for any fool that you could use a trick on. There's two Californians right here. So-called black natives. These are Indians of California. They are what you refer to as a black. Giving you this truth. Here's some more. I'm gonna get you some more. I'm gonna get you some few more. A group of Fox Native Americans. What do they look like to you? Now, today, I was just in Walmart the other day, and I have on my native attire. Some moccasin boots almost up to my knees, and a jacket with fringes all over it. And I had an arrow around my neck. He said, oh, what is that? I really like your costume, dude. I said, this is not a costume. He said, are you a Native American? I said, I am. Which tribe? So they trying to get some information. And then can you believe he's standing up there red as a damn lobster. Red as a damn lobster. Yet talking about, yeah, my mom's, she's from a tribe. I didn't want to shut him down in Walmart, so I just smirked and walked away. So you got people trying to steal our identity and making us think that we're nothing but Negroes, blacks, and coloreds. But Tazadaq Shah Bey is in your midst today, giving you right knowledge and truth. Now I'm going to show you another photo of the early Oklahoma schools that actually had the so-called red men that they referred to as Indians and the so-called black Indian students in there together. Now the mixing had actually already begun here. But you see, you weren't divided. You were together. Then you had a lot of the so-called red men because that damn spirit of Esau and those Asians was in you that began to enslave the black natives. Understand that. And to this very day, many of you still don't like the so-called black man. Natives. You've stolen his identity. You taught him that he was nothing. And you've pretty much defecated on his history. But through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, right knowledge is coming to many of us, and we're waking our people up one mind at a time. So, that's what you see on the cover right there, brothers and sisters. This is what the true natives look like. We give it to you right and exact. We come right and exact with right knowledge. True natives. True Native Americans. This is what they look like. We refer to them as so-called blacks. Look at that. Little black girl right there. Native. True natives. Now, if you want, who would charge the Americans for this? Smallpox that was actually placed in the blankets, killing off thousands with smallpox. Who will charge the American government for that? That's a question. So with that, brothers and sisters, I'm going to bring this one to a close. And in the near future, I will be putting out some more videos with historical facts. So subscribe to this channel, Universal Indigenous TV 7. If you like the video, tell a friend, watch the video until this is actually embedded into your mind and you can memorize this. This is your brother, your Tazadaq, signing you off. I say Shalom Yasha Allah, Kwam Yasha Allah, Kwam Yasha Allah, 165135. Peace, Hotep, Islam, Shalom.